Today I want to talk about one of the ways that social media is ruining spirituality. And what I have seen in the last decade that social media has evolved, it has caused a lot of disruption in our ability to not only connect with each other, but also connect spiritually. One of the toxic ways that I've seen this is with pick a card readings on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Like if you just go into YouTube and type in tarot, nothing else, you'll see pages and pages of pick a card readings. Now, on the surface, it looks like there's nothing wrong. On the surface, most of these are just cool, fun videos for entertainment. They're, meant to be taken like lightheartedly. They're meant to be fun. But for some people, they get very addicted to pick a card readings, and it can be very destructive in their life. And today I want to talk about how pick a card readings are so addictive and why social media rewards addictive content. But there are three main addictive hooks that social media likes to reward specific content. So if your content has these three main hooks, then it tends to be more addictive, and you will be rewarded by the algorithm because the more addictive your content is, the more people will watch it. So when it comes to pick a card readings, there's a reason why they have hundreds and thousands of views, is because they hit those three top addictive behavior points in humans. This is not something new. Casinos use this. This is something that has been around for a long time. This is basic human psychology. And I'm going to break it down about why and how pick a card readings can be very addictive and why people get caught watching them for hours and hours and hours. It's not by accident. So the first reason is unpredictability. Our brains have been hardwired since evolution to look for things that are not in pattern, to look for unpredictable behaviors. Slot machines do this, right? You don't know what's going to come up. When you pull that handle, you don't know what's going to come up in a slot machine. Pick a card readings are the same thing. You don't know what those cards are. You don't know what's sitting under that crystal. And so it'll naturally get your primitive brain to just pay attention to it. That's a part of our brain that is hardwired in us. We want to know about unpredictability, so it captures our attention. The next thing is the potential for reward. When it comes to slot machines in a casino, it's the allure, the potential of winning money. Winning money, you don't actually have to win money, but just the potential of winning money gives you a dopamine rush. It gives you that thrill in your mind of, oh my gosh, this could be the one that changes my life. This could be the hand that changes my life forever. When it comes to pick a card readings, it's the same thing, except the reward is that you might get emotional release or validation or clarity on a situation. Maybe you're heartbroken and you're upset because your ex, you've just been dumped and you're desperate to have something to tell you that they're going to call you or you're going to get back together. So you spend hours and hours and hours looking at these pick a card videos, waiting to hit the jackpot, so to speak, waiting to hit that dopamine rush that gives you that validation, that tells you what you want to hear. So the potential for reward is there, and that's another highly addictive behavior when it comes to pick a card readings. The third, and the most important, is high user frequency. So how repetitive can they make an action? In casinos, they make gambling as easy as possible. You can sit on a slot machine and say again, 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 and just, I think the average is 16 tries a minute or something like that. Doing something repetitive activates a part of our animal brain that reinforces behavior. And the more we reinforce that behavior, the harder it is to stop. And with social media, they literally have designed their feeds just like a slot machine You finish one video, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. The algorithm is following you and sending more content your way. Oh, you want pick-a-card readings about ex-boyfriends? Here's 20 of them. Here's 500 of them. I'll just keep on sending them to you for eternity. And the more you watch, the more addicted you become to watching these videos. The unpredictability, what's going to show up in this video, the potential for reward. Am I going to get good news? Am I going to hear am I finally going to feel better because I feel like I'm not okay right now? And then finally, high user frequency. Those are the three core fundamentals to making addictive content. And when I look at pick-a-card readings, there's a reason why they are so popular on the algorithm. There's a reason why they've got tens and thousands and millions of views, is because they hit the same primitive functions in our brain that a slot machine does, those three things. And it's also one of the main reasons why I strongly dislike pick-a-card readings. I think that it's one thing if you are sharing them for fun and entertainment and, you're enjoying them like you would when you read a horoscope in the newspaper. Like, this is fun and entertaining. But for some people, they get genuinely addicted to them. They get genuinely caught up in the emotional roller coaster of, oh my gosh, this is a message for me. This is a message from the universe. If this video found you, it is meant to find you. That just feels so emotionally manipulative, and it feels so emotionally fake. They're doing it for likes and clicks and subscriptions and follows. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you're trying to build your business and you're doing it on social media, and hey, if you're going to get a following on TikTok, you have to play by TikTok's rules. But be aware that the creators of TikTok, they don't care about your spiritual well-being. They don't care about your emotional health. They just want you to be a user. They want you to use their content. And they will find people who make the most addictive content and reward them with the most followers, the most views, and the most subscribers. That's the nature of the game. I didn't make up these rules. I didn't design social media. But if you're going to use social media responsibly, you need to be aware of its purpose. Just like if you walk into a casino, you need to be aware that the casino has an agenda. The agenda is to get you to play on their slot machines for as long as possible. That's their agenda. That's how they make money. And when you go on social media, they have an agenda too. And as long as you are aware and you can do that with, maturity and responsibly, then I think it can be really fun. It can be a great time. Casinos can be a lot of fun too. But if you find that you are one of those people that sees yourself caught up in an addictive cycle, specifically around pick-a-card readings or spiritual content, it's important for you to know that you are being manipulated by an algorithm, that the algorithm is finding the most addictive content on purpose to give to you. And content that hit those three things that I talked about: unpredictability, potential for reward, and high user frequency. If you can hit those three things, you will grab a percentage of the population that will become addicted to your content. And the problem is that this has a potential to be abused. There's a lot of scammers and grifters that prey on people's emotions, that prey on people's hopes and dreams, that specifically craft their content to be addictive and anxiety provoking, because if you can get someone to panic or be afraid or be anxious, you can get their attention, and you can get their attention for a long period of time. So what I'm trying to say in this long-winded rant here is, if you are a tarot reader, just make sure that you're doing pick a card readings responsibly, that you are doing them with care and intention in mind, that you're not manipulating people or hurting people, or making highly addictive content for people to waste their life doom scrolling on. I know that this is probably going to offend a lot of people. I know that there's a lot of people, specifically in this space, the social media space, who love certain creators, who love watching pick a card videos. And I'm not trying to make a blanket statement that all pick a card videos are bad. I'm just saying that they have a high likelihood to be addictive, that social media algorithms reward addictive content, and that there are certain people in the world that can be specifically targeted for abuse and addictive compulsive behaviors. And if we are going to be spiritual practitioners, if we are going to be healers, we have to make sure that we're responsible in the content that we share, that we take care of the people that we connect with, and that we treat this space with, sacredness and kindness and mutual respect. I don't think anybody wants people to be addicted to social media, except the social media companies, of course. So we should be really mindful about the content that we make. Is this content that's going to help somebody? Am I making something that's going to benefit my followers? Is it sharing wisdom or insight or comfort or hope? Or am I making content that's going to lead to self-destructive behavior or addictive behavior or more insecurity or more fear? That's going to get more attention and more sensationalism and more clicks and likes and views and greed. So that's kind of what I want to say today. We all need to be responsible about how we navigate social media. And I think being educated on what social media is and what these algorithms are designed for is a very important discussion that we should have in all communities, not just the spiritual community. All right, thank you all for listening to this ramble. I hope you have a great day. Bye.